Hey everyone, today's review is the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian Mines of Mandalore version. I almost didn't grab this guy because I have the first release and I was thinking about maybe grabbing the Glavis Ringworld, but all in all, they're pretty much the same figure, this and the Glavis Ringworld one, except a few key differences. This one doesn't have the jetpack and doesn't have the cloth cape, but I believe other than that, they're all pretty much the same. So we're going to get this guy out of the package and we're going to see how he stacks up to some of the other Black Series figures I own. So here is Din Djarin with his cloak off. I took it off. It's just soft rubber, soft plastic. Nothing too fancy on that one. And first impressions of this guy is that he feels quality. And that sounds weird, but occasionally you get a figure in hand, like you can just kind of feel. You just get a good feel for it. But he comes with a knife, his blaster, and the Darksaber. And then, of course, he comes with his cape. And other than that, nothing else. No extra hands, no extra heads or anything. Overall, looks impressive. Let's go ahead and get to some size comparisons. So here is the Mandalorian next to the first release Beskar armor. I went ahead and put a cloth cape on that one from GPS Lot on eBay. As you can see, there are similarities between the two, but I don't know if he has any reused parts. The legs look a little bit thinner. The chest is different. I'm sure that some parts were reused. I don't know Black Series that well. But the difference in hand feeling between these two is completely different. And then we have him next to the one and only Boba Fett. Of course, these two teamed up a few times during The Mandalorian. And I don't have any Marvel Legends super close, but well, actually, no, I do. I've got Hydro Man. So here's how he looks next to Hydro Man, a little bit shorter. And then Grogu for scale, aka the Baby Yoda. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and compare contrast some articulation with first release Mando as he falls over. So first release Mandalorian. First release Mando has trouble hitting the T-pose. Head goes on a ball socket like so. That far back, that far forward. Kick it up, kick it out. Double joint at the knee. Ankle pivot. Hands. He does have the what they call it, like the rolled dice. He's got the rolled dice hands. Well, on the one. Overall, pretty decent articulation on this guy. Let's see how the new one compares. One thing that I noticed on this one is that the head and neck are separate, so he gets a lot better range. Arms can come up to a full T. They redid how they connect the shoulder pads. I don't know if it's similar to the Marvel Legends where it kind of goes in with it. Let's see. No, so it just kind of floats. But pretty good. Still no bicep cuts. That's usually a deal breaker for me. Elbow gets just past 90. Still has the roll the dice. And I'm sure just past 90 there as well. Not too far back. Not super far forward. That far out. That far up. Swivels at the knee. So he does lose the double joint at the knee on this. That's a little disappointing. No calf rotation or anything. Alright, so overall not too different. Some minor differences like the knee joints there, no drop down or anything, and the neck here. So this is a separate sculpted piece, and it's glued on a little bit looser than this one. So lots of minor differences between the two. But overall, I think this guy works really well. See how he holds his blaster. Yeah, I think. And one thing I kind of forgot to mention during articulation, he does have a bit of a butterfly. You can kind of see it here. course, one of the reasons why I did pick up this Mandalorian is because this one is a little bit outdated now. Not necessarily articulation. I think articulation, they kind of go blow for blow. I like the knees on this one better. I like the neck on this one better, but overall they're about the same. But I like the colors. I like the added colors that helps break up the silver on this one, and it's more up to date with the show. I don't know if I'll continue on with Mandalorian after this. I kind of have all the characters I want. I got Mando, I got Boba Fett, I got whoever Bill Burr plays, and between these two, this one came with a Darksaber that this one didn't come with. This one came with a disintegration gun and a jetpack that this one didn't come with. So between these two, I kind of have everything Mandalorian-wise I want to need. One thing about the accessories, he does hold his gun very well, and when you don't want him to hold it, it just pops right in there. And one difference between the new release Mando and this one is that this one has the little clip guard here that pegs in, that doesn't really want to peg in but kind of tries. So this one's superior in that regard. Also, you can see the color differences here. And then the knife, which, see how he can hold it here. Sometimes the smaller weapons these figures have trouble holding. Yeah, you can see it's going right through there. Any better with the left hand? And he's gonna have trouble holding this knife, but I'm glad they included it, and it just tucks away here in his boot. There's a snake in his boots. So, all right, yeah, there you have it. That is a quick review of the Star Wars Black Series Mines of Mandalore Mandalorian. Overall, sculpt and paint is phenomenal on this guy. Black Series, when they want to do a good figure, they do a good figure. But yeah, let me know what you guys thinking down below. If you can, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. So one thing I forgot to mention, and this is just me being dumb when it comes to Black Series figures because I don't have a ton of them. The neck on the original Beskar Mandalorian is also separate. So yeah, really the only key difference, aside from the shoulder pads, articulation and everything wise, is going to be the knees. These went to single. There's the single joints, and these are the double joints. I do prefer these knees, but overall, I do prefer the new Mandalorian, as I think visually it just looks better overall. So one thing I forgot to mention, and this is just me being dumb when it comes to Black Series figures because I don't have a ton of them. The neck on the original Beskar Mandalorian is also separate. So yeah, really the only key difference, aside from the shoulder pads, articulation and everything wise, is going to be the knees. These went to single. There's the single joints, and these are the double joints. I do prefer these knees, but overall, I do prefer the new Mandalorian, as I think visually it just looks better overall.